Momentous family, what is going on? It is Patrick Robertson here. We are at the Toyota Stadium in Frisco, Texas. We're going to be talking about the top 7 things you need to know before moving to Frisco, Texas. As always, guys, please give us a like, share, and subscribe. We feed off that energy. We feed off the comments you leave us, those likes. We want to know what your thoughts are. So, as always, please give us a like, share, and subscribe, and we'll continue bringing the heat. Let's cut right to the chase. Number 1 thing you need to know about Frisco, Texas is the economic development and the expansion going on in this area. It is very, very exciting. Like I said, we're at the Toyota Stadium. It is the National Soccer Hall of Fame. You have the Dallas Cowboys practice stadium here, home of the Dallas Cowboys. You have Ryder Stadium, amazing sports team. But that's not just it. It is not just about entertainment here. It is about the economic growth, population, businesses coming in. This is becoming the 3rd hub of the DFW Metroplex. What does that mean? That means traditionally you had Fort Worth, you had Dallas, and then now you're having Frisco, Texas. People used to live in Frisco and commute to Dallas. Now people are moving to Dallas and commuting to Frisco for work. That's how busy Frisco, Texas is becoming with all the companies coming in here, with all the entertainment, all the job growth coming in here. There are over $20 billion in economic expansion and development happening in the next 5 years. You have Frisco Fields, which is going to be a $10 billion development that is currently being built right now. Frisco Fields is really going to be a transformational community that you're going to see all over the country. They are really trying to give you a holistic living, so that way you don't have to commute 30, 40, 50 minutes to get to your life. You have business there, you have living there, you have retail there, restaurants, parks and recs, entertainment, all those different things. Then you have the station in Frisco, which is another super popular development that is going to be happening and is breaking ground and will start being able to live there in the next couple years. These master plan communities like Frisco Fields, like the station, they have their ideology centered around the human people to give them the best possible living conditions they can have. So the station, for example, they have their baseline thoughts of if they can build it smart, creative, and healthy living, then they're gonna bring a better community to people where they can connect, people grow together and live happy lives. So those are some of the things coming to Frisco and something you need to know about. Number 2, Frisco is not going to be a small town. This is going to be a thriving city and is going to continue to grow. So in other videos you might have watched, they talked about traffic, right? Frisco, which we're going to dive into, is an innovator of transportation in their infrastructure. However, traffic will get busier as more people move and live here. There's currently 230,000 people living in Frisco, Texas. That is going to explode over to 300,000 as you start to have Universal Public Records bringing thousands and thousands and thousands of people in every single year for tourist attractions. Then you have the general residents being here. If you want a small town feeling, Frisco, Texas is not for you. This is going to be a deep, dense city, but it is going to be a thriving environment that is going to continue to grow. Something that I truly enjoy and truly love, because what that really means is tons of opportunity to come. The 3rd thing you need to know about Frisco, Texas is that it is a very community-based culture here. So what does that mean? That means the government is involved. I know the government's involved, right? Frisco's government is actually striving to bring people together. Even though there are 230,000 people, this is actually a tight-knit community where you can meet friends, you can hang out with your family, you can meet new people and come together. That is going to allow for some higher level structure that brings in things like 5K walks for charities. Behind me is one of the main streets in Frisco, and they have their lighting show in November. The lights, it's daytime, so you can't see the lights right now, but at night, it is absolutely beautiful. So in Frisco, the community is a huge involvement. You got to know that coming into here, because if you aren't willing to get involved in the community in some capacity, it might not be the right place for you. But if you want to move to a place where you meet some new friends, you meet some new people, you create a new home here, Frisco, Texas is a great place to do that. Number 4, piggybacking on the community involvement in Frisco, Texas. What is interesting is that most people have actually moved to Frisco, Texas, and not just from Texas, from other states like myself. That basically means that when you're here in Frisco, you're not the outsider. You're gonna be brought in, you're gonna be ushered in. No one cares that you're moving from New York. No one really cares that you're moving from California. There might be a few jokes that you're one of the runaways, which is a good thing. I was one of those runaways. However, you don't feel pushed out because the community and the culture here is very diverse. Unlike moving to a small town in the South where their culture is really ingrained, you get this massive like Southern hospitality, which is a good thing. It's not gonna be like that, and you're gonna be welcomed right in. So knowing that moving here, you don't have to be afraid that you're gonna not fit in. There is something here for everyone, whether you're into arts, whether you're into sports, whether you're into the outdoors and you like to go fishing, you like to go hunting, you like to go reading books, you like the movies, venues, bowling, whatever it may be, there is a community and culture centered around that where you're gonna fit right in and people will welcome you in with open arms. 5th thing we need to talk about is transportation and the infrastructure here in Frisco, Texas. Now, you're going to need a car and pretty much every single family member because very, very few areas are in walking distance in Frisco. Communities that are being built like Frisco Fields and the station, they're gonna cultivate this environment where you may not need a car to get to everywhere because everything is gonna be within a mile distance, so you can actually walk. For example, downtown here in Frisco, Texas, if you're in one of these apartments, you can definitely walk to restaurants, walk to retail, walk to groceries at a market. However, in general, if you want to get to any other place in Frisco, you're gonna need a car and you're gonna end up being in a car every single day. And the reason of that is that there is no real public transportation system here in Frisco. They do offer assistance to senior citizens over 65. However, there's really no great bus system. There's no great train system or anything like that to get you to point A to point B of any of the major areas. So highly recommend keeping that in mind. With that, Frisco, Texas heavily invests back into the infrastructure. They're on the cutting edge of implementing new technology to keep the roads safe and flowing smoothly. So they're actually the 2nd city in the entire country that integrated 5G connectivity with the stoplights and cars, so that way you have better connectivity on what's going on in front of you, so you know if there's a red light coming up, helping you get around safer, get around faster. Those improvements are going to be seen more and more and more as Frisco is continuously striving to being on the cutting edge. All right, we're almost there. Number 6, what we're going to talk about is the weather here in Frisco, Texas. This is a big thing. You're going to hear a lot of people saying it's completely hot. You're going to hear people saying it's just right. What you really need to know is that 2 months of the year in the summer, people just hang out inside. Because in the summer, it can get up to 105, feeling like it's 115 degrees outside. But let me tell you that on the flip side, in the winter in January, the average high is 55 degrees out during the day, and the average low is 33. Sometimes it might freeze at night. You might get some frost. Maybe once or twice a year, you might have some flurries, but it's never really gonna snow. Now, if you love the snow, you love the seasons, you love the winter, Frisco, Texas might not be for you because there really is no winter. It's really summer, spring, and fall, what you really get, and maybe a really brief winter. Coming from New York, it does not feel like winter whatsoever. Being November 3rd right now, shooting this, and it's 60 degrees out, it is absolutely crazy. In New York, it's 42 degrees where I used to live. So I think it's a blessing being able to be outside right now in a vest and a short sleeve shirt. But mind you, if you're not a hot weather person, keep that in mind that from basically August, July time, it's pretty darn hot and you need to be aware of that. All right, let's finish this video off with number 7. I can't really count my fingers. Number 7 is going to be the fact that Frisco isn't the cheapest. That's just a fact. People want to move to the South. They want to move to Texas, move to the South to arbitrage their current income, live in a cheaper place. I'm going to tell you, moving from New York, it is definitely cheaper than New York City, outside of New York, places in California. but the true fact is it's not the cheapest place in America to live. I think that what you get for the money it costs to live here, you get an amazing value for that. What does that mean? The quality of living is absolutely fantastic. You are surrounded in a metroplex that is super clean. You can come out here to public parks, soccer fields, go hang out with a family, play soccer with your friends, go to the football fields. Amazing food, amazing dining, high-end dining. The schools are absolutely amazing here in Frisco, which we've covered in other videos. You can go check those out. Ultimately, it's not going to be the cheapest place. Things like commodities are cheaper, but the cost of living of housing is definitely on the more than median side. So the median home over here in Frisco, Texas is around $450 at this time of the video, where in America it's closer to around $400 for the median cost. So we're definitely above the median. Just mind you that you get what you pay for. You get clean streets right here, you get great food, great amenities, great government projects, which is really crazy. I can't even imagine saying that coming from New York. Side note, Frisco, Texas actually decreased their property taxes because they were within budget in 2021. So when you come to Frisco and you're making a decision, understand that it may be cheaper than where you currently live, but you have to not just take the cost of living into factor, but you have to factor in what you're actually getting with that money. And for me, what matters most is opportunity and quality of life. How clean is it? How healthy is it? What are the opportunities? What is the economic growth? Those are some of the things you need to keep in mind. Now, if you're looking to just get away in the sticks, you're looking for the cheapest possible place to live, you really don't care about high-end living, high quality of living, then Frisco, Texas might not be your choice. But if you are looking for diamond class, you're looking for great opportunity, you're looking for the best restaurant, the best schools, and you're just looking for excellence in all categories, which we stand for here at Momentous, then I think Frisco, Texas is for you. All right, guys, those are the 7 things you need to know about Frisco, Texas before moving here. Yep, I counted that one right. Let's recap. Number 1, it is going to be the 3rd leg of the DFW Metroplex in the years to come. Number 2, it is only going to get busier here, so get ready for that. Number 3, there is massive community engagement at each and every corner. Number 4, the culture is very inviting. You never really feel like an outsider. Number 5, you are going to need a car for all your family members to get around. Number 6, the weather here. It is hot here in the summer. And number 7, listen guys, it is not the most affordable place in Texas, so be ready for that when you're looking at your budget and your numbers. Thank you so much for joining us here today. If you have any questions about Frisco, Texas, if you want to connect, guys, I am a realtor here in Frisco, Texas. Please reach out to me. I love talking. I love chatting. Schedule a meeting. Let's hop on a call. I love to dive right in and just talk about this beautiful place that I found to truly love and enjoy after moving here. Don't forget, please give us a like, share, and subscribe. We are dropping 2 videos every single week. We have home tours coming out. We have informational videos like this. We are answering your questions all the time. Thank you so much for joining us here today, and I hope you guys have a momentous day and stay strong.